What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins. The morning after the game before. It's not the morning, it's the evening. I've been in bed all day. I've been very sick, as you can probably tell. I went up to Liverpool yesterday. And look, I'll be brutally honest. I'm very proud of the lads. They put in a really good performance. They, without Declan as well, they tried their best. Finishing wasn't quite there. And I'm going to say something now that it may upset a few people, a few rival fans and all that sort of thing, but might even upset some West Ham fans. But I'm fucking sick to death of the Premier League. I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of travelling the width and breadth of this country to see corruption. And I'm not saying that the result is anyone's fault but our own. We had chances to finish it. I'm not saying that, you know, Liverpool's goal was offside or anything. It wasn't. I'm not blaming their fans. Their fans follow their football club the same as us. So I'm not putting any blame on that. I'm not putting any blame on Liverpool FC itself. You know, I think they're a wonderful club. I really do. Resonate a lot with Liverpool. Being from working class background, working class area, they like their football, they know their onions and all of that sort of thing. But the standard of refereeing, and we're going to keep on going over and over and over this again, like what I saw yesterday, I'm just sick to death of going away to these big clubs. And as I said before, we had the chances to equalise, and seeing refereeing performances that they're not even trying to hide it anymore. You know, that I see at least 3 or 4 instances yesterday, at least 4, where we got ourselves into good positions. There was cynical fouls. There was, you know, people. I think Jota should have got a red card for what he did to Fornals, like raking the studs down the back of his leg. No VAR. You know, the check, like at Manchester United, took 10 seconds. You know, if that had been against them, if the 4-0 chance would have gone in, they'd have been looking at that for 4 minutes. I'll guarantee it. When you've got organisations that are so reliant on worldwide audiences, I think it was Scudamore, I may be wrong, but there was a quote in about 2016 saying that if Manchester United failed to get into the Champions League, it would be catastrophic for the Premier League. Catastrophic. When you've got heads of organisations admitting that they rely on certain clubs getting into the Premier competitions, then you might as well shut the thing down. You know, the Super League has reared its ugly head again. There's, you know, there's clubs that are, you know, trying to, you know, knock up the Super League again. When you look at what the Champions League is turning into, they've sort of bowed to the pressure and are creating a sort of a Super League of their own and making sure that it's all favoured towards the top clubs and all that. If the Super League comes along, I'd let the fuckers go, because you know, I don't travel the width and breadth of this country to watch Liverpool or Arsenal or Manchester United or Chelsea or Man City or whoever, you know, the darling is of that year. I go the width and breadth of this country to watch my team compete. Sometimes we haven't got a chance. I went there yesterday. I don't even think we had a chance of beating them. And they, you know, and that is what football's all about. It's the surprise, you know. We could have quite easily won that game yesterday if we'd have taken our chances. We could have quite easily. But we'd have had more chances if the referee wasn't so blatantly corrupt. And all I ask is, when we're spending our money to travel up and down the country, that you get there and you get a fair, unbiased game of football. The foul on Ben Rama, which he give against him. The foul on Ben Johnson, I think it was, and he give against him. Like, in prime position, we're a set-piece team. We score a lot of goals from set pieces. And they was in prime positions and the referee just decided, nah. The only people in the ground that could have seen it like that. And it's really becoming quite tiresome doing it. You know, I'm getting sick to death of it. I'm getting tired of it. I'd rather play a fair league without these people in it, without the Liverpools, the Manchester United. And I know that would punish their fans, and they don't want that because, you know, as much as it sounds glamorous, you know, even for like the likes of Tottenham, who thought they was entitled to go and become one of this elite thingy, they're going to get slapped around as if one of the Teletubbies went into MMA by some of these clubs. It's all based on money, and not just for the clubs. It's based on money for the leagues and the FAs and the FIFAs and the corruption going around here. And you can try and deny it. You can try and deny it, but it's so blatant. You know, they make it so blatantly obvious that, you know, everything is favoured towards these darlings, these teams that pull in this revenue and all of that sort of thing for the league, that pull in the audiences. They want these top clubs competing. They don't like the likes of West Ham, you know, breaking the mould. They don't like the likes of Leicester winning the league. They don't like the likes of, Wolves or West Ham getting into the Champions League. It doesn't do their brand any good. They want 6 chosen clubs, the ones that they think bring the audience, bring the money, in the same competitions every year. They want the same 4 in the Champions League. They want the same other 2 competing in European competition. They're not worried about competition. They're not worried about surprise. They're not worried about making it exciting. They're worried about who brings the most eyes on these competitions, and eyes increases the prize. And I'm getting disillusioned with it. You know, I go up there yesterday, spend sort of 10 hours travelling in a day to watch a 90-minute football game, to watch corruption. And I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of it. It's making me fall out of love with football. I hate the money in football. I hate the fact that we have to sit here bemoaning that we haven't spent millions and millions of pounds. I hate the fact that bemoaning that the people that are running these clubs are pocketing all of this money, and the players are pocketing all of this money. The leagues are pocketing all of this money. And we're the only fuckers that suffer because there isn't fair competition. You know, even the clubs know it. Even the managers of the clubs know it. They can't compete with these people. If a Super League comes, I say we protest and let the fuckers go, because I just want to see fair competition. I want to see competition. And it's being blatantly corrupted by people that know that these so-called bigger clubs are good for their brand. They don't even try and hide it anymore. They don't even try and hide it. Well done, Liverpool. They didn't play that well, but they got the win. But we can only blame ourselves. But, you know, I'm just getting sick of the standard of refereeing, getting sick of the bias. Manchester United had it through the 90s. It seems like it's, you know, Liverpool's turn and Man City's turn these days, you know, getting the favourable decisions. And I'm done with it, to be honest with you. I say I'm done with it like I'm going to do anything. I'm going to still be there next week, which is probably part of the problem. But well done, lads. You did us proud yesterday. And I hope we put that sort of performance in against Sevilla on Thursday. And it's going to be a long old week. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much. One thing left to say. Come on, you irons.